human being has three purposes. First, to change his swabhav. Second is to change his love, prem. And third is to know the self. स्वभाव परिवर्तन, प्रेम प्राप्ति और ज्ञान प्राप्ति. There is only three purposes, and first two are for the last. Morning also I had told that all effort should be to attain the mental sannyas, if not physical sannyas. सर्व कर्माणि मनसा संन्यस्य आस्ते सुखम वशे नवद्वारे पुरे देहि नैव कुर्वन्न कार्यन्. So this is only three purpose. देखो, animal cannot change its nature. Lion cannot become vegetarian, and cow cannot become non-vegetarian. A snake can't stop hissing. Buffalo can't leave its laziness. No puns intended. So, and neither dog can stop barking. But human being can change its nature. And best part of human being is that hit anhit pasupachya jana. It can know what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. What is good and what is bad. There is some faculty in him. In Bhagavad it comes, when Brahmaji made the human being, he was very happy. He said, I wanted to create a replica of God and I got it. So, human being has a capacity to understand that, will this give me long-term joy? Animal will not stop. Animals, Pashu Shabd in Sanskrit comes from Pashyati iti Pashu, whose conclusion is as it sees. But human being can still find, is this a long-term joy? Is this fulfilling area or is had some sorrow also? It can use Anuman Praman, Arthapatti Praman, Anuplabdhi Praman, Shabd Praman. Animal will only use Pratyaksh Praman. Another thing in human being is that it will be dissatisfied by anything you give. You give physical joy, it wants emotional. You give emotional joy, it may want intellectual. You give intellectual, he may want spiritual. उसको कहीं से बहुत दिन तक शांत नहीं रहेगा. And let me tell you one thing. In Yog Vashisht, there are Sapt Bhumi. 7 bhumis are in Yog Vashisht. I am taking Yog Vashisht this time in Vibhuti from 5th June. Vibhuti, June 5th to 15th. In detail. It will be only part 1 because lot of part is there. Every human being, this question must have come, what is God? Who is God? He may be African, he may be American, he may be Indian. But that guts to find the answer is not there. So 3 things I said. Human being can from Dakat Ratnakar to sage Balmik he can become. To that Balmik, that Sita ji was serving him. And he was the first to tell this. If you read Valmiki Ramayana, not that he thought and wrote, it was striking him and he kept on writing it. And he transmitted that knowledge to Laukush. And Laukush sang in front of Ram Bhagwan. इतना किसी की उपलब्धि हो सकती है. And one can fall. You have heard the name of Ajamil in Bhagavad. Ajamil, if you know, he is a Brahmin. Not only Brahmin, very good natured. Very good natured. He was a teacher, Acharya. He was well versed in the scriptures. He was humble. But one day as he was going on the road, he saw one Shudra lady in some not good attire and way that she was behaving, not a decent, inappropriate dress he saw. Somebody asked Swami Abhedananda ji, how come he felt so down when he was at such an exalted state? That somebody is Brahmin, he is Acharya, he is well versed, still okay, I do mistake, I realize next moment and I'll correct it. But you don't correct your mistake or you keep on continuing that. So Swamiji said, because he developed the abhiman of his goodness. So same antaryami can make you forget and make big mistakes. Hiranyagarbha, don't forget. So a person can fall down, rock bottom. But same Ajamil, he heard the conversation between Yamdut and Vishnudut, if you remember. Without telling his wife, he left to Haridwar. And in Bhagavad it comes, he went into Samadhi and attained God's abode. He again bounced back, what you call. So one big capacity is you can change your nature. I have seen lazy people becoming very alert. Panini was a dullard. He became the cause is that I have to become a devotee of God. Prem prapti, sharanagati prapti. Morning also I had touched on this point. Because it is the love of the God that will take you far. It is the Lord only who will reveal His glory as the self in me is in self in all. So too much of bhakti is required. Too much of bhakti. Tamev sharanam gaccha sarva bhaven bharata. Aham tva sarpapebhya mokshayishyami. But mam ekam sharanam vraja. Gita, why Bhagavan told Gita to Arjuna? He says, Bhakto si me sakha cheti. You are my devotee. Rahasyam etad uttama. In 18th chapter, Bhagavan says something which you will not hear. Bole ishtosi. You are my isht. Are Bhagavan, you are isht. Everybody. Bole no, my isht is Arjuna. इष्टोसि में दृढ़मिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम. बोले therefore I will tell you what I have experienced when I was a brahmachari. Question answer session was going on and somebody asked one question which I had not read at all. It was the Upanishad which I had not read. I said, see, this Upanishad I have not yet gone through thoroughly, but I'll try to give the answer. I said, give me 2 minutes, let me chant Lord's name, let me call Him. And after chanting for 3-4 minutes, I could see that answer is coming out. And it is the right answer. So what I want to say, it is a revelation, it was a revelation. How Bhagavan comes to you in the form of Brahmakara Vritti also, Moksha Vritti also. Morning, I quoted frequently, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yen Mam Upayanti Te. भगवान की भक्ति के बिना आपका काम नहीं बनेगा यहाँ पे. चैतन्य महाप्रभु, everybody must have heard his name. He went to Jagannath Puri. Or there was one Brahmin sitting outside Jagannath Puri and chanting Gita. Little wrong also, but crying. So somebody asked, why are you crying? Firstly you are chanting wrong and then you are crying also. So in first chapter 14 shlok, he was stuck. Tata shvetair hayair yukte mahati syandane sthitau madhava pandavaschaiva divyau shankhau pradadmato. He says about big chariot came with that white horses, and Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun blew that big conch. Seeing this, that Bhagwan is sitting and Arjun is standing, and both, ISKCON has made one photograph also with the conch, you must have seen. Very beautiful photographs are there. He said, I get overwhelmed. And he said, Gita is not between somebody, it is between two closest friends. Thinking I get overwhelmed. Although my pronunciation is wrong, but as he has, he will teach me. And they say, the disciples who were very learned of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not get the knowledge and he got the knowledge immediately. Huh? No, automatically. Those who were well-versed Brahmins in Sanskrit, they were only pronouncing it quietly, properly. And they were able to recite very flawlessly. But this person who was very emotional about Bhagavad Gita, he got the knowledge. I have found in life, those people who are very surrendered and egoless in life and accept God's harshness, God gives them a lot in due time. It is not that intelligent people here are happy. You may be world-wise intelligent, but God-wise foolish. ये दिल वालों की दुनिया है, दिमाग वालों की नहीं. Not because I am very sharp and I was very good in my profession, therefore I am happy. Your heart will be tested. The second condition है. And these two coupled together take us to the knowledge of the self, which we have been discussing in the morning class. As I told you, Bhagwan sends some teacher for me, personal teacher. In the gym they have personal trainers, I heard. They have not gone to gym, but I heard that, even the actresses have their personal trainers. They charge quite a bit, 3, 4, 5 lakhs. You want to go? So, ऐसा सुना हमने कि they see your reports etc. They are qualified. I mean, not that anybody can become personal trainer. They see your reports and accordingly prescribe which is the exercise or what you have to lift or how long you have to run on the treadmill. Something is like that. Similarly, personal dietitians are there. They are quite a lucrative jobs nowadays. So they will say, okay, this is morning you take this, morning you take boiled potato, evening you take with the toast, all these things. Quite expensive. One sitting there, in thousands it is there. 10,000, 12,000 in one sitting. They'll get your weight. So, similarly, there is a personal, क्या बोलें उसको, चलो हल्का शब्द बोल देते हैं जिससे परेशानी ना हो आपको, पर्सनल गाइड बोल देते हैं, लेकिन गाइड तो हल्का शब्द है. देयर इज अ पर्सनल इल्यूमिनेटर ऑफ दैट नॉलेज who knows me very well, who knows my nature. Bhagwan was personal guru. Therefore Arjun was asking question. Maybe it may be somebody, it may not be somebody else's question. These three things are quintessential for living here. Therefore in Uddhav Gita, in Bhagavad, Uddhav ji asked one question in 11th canto to Bhagwan Krishna. And one question he asked, Kim Naam Shauryam? What is the bravery in this world? And there Bhagwan answered, Swabhav Vijayam Shauryam. देखो छोटी छोटी चीज आप याद कर लेना. स्वभाव विजयम शौर्यम. Conquering our lower nature is called bravery. Shri Udiya Baba used to say, if you cannot conquer your nature, you are animal. Because animal also can't conquer his nature. Saint is saint because he rules on himself. And worldly person drags with his own nature. So this is the purpose why we are here. To get, so that you should not. Many people come and on their birthdays are there. He said birthday message is there, Swamiji, I said it. Please see that you are not born again. Body is the first product of sins. And you don't know you got the human body. You may get horse body. And you go to Kedarnath because you want to do Kedarnath, this birth you could not go. But your punya was less, so you went. So you went Kedarnath and they are whipping constantly. The bone is fractured, still he is forced to go uphill. You see there how much weight is put on that poor horse. क्या क्या होता है? Better we don't talk about it. Horrible things go in this. Child trafficking goes on. नहीं यहाँ पे everywhere. Women trafficking goes on. Girl trafficking goes on. क्या क्या होता है? Wife beating is there. Throwing on the acid on the wife is there. Horrible things are there. Karma phala is. And you don't know that which karma phal will come at what time. You don't know. You see, till yesterday he was totally fine. Today he is gone. Today he is detected with some serious diseases. All of a sudden karma phal changes. So don't, scripture says, see that you don't want. Even if you have to be born, please see that you are born in midst of saints so that you have an early start. And there is somebody to protect you. Somebody to take care of your spiritual personality. You should not be like this birth. Don't commit the same mistakes that you did this birth. It was late, you should have got early. Next time prarabdha should be better. Therefore we were given vanaprastha ashram, so that you prepare for the next. Twilight years are there. Don't waste your time. This is why we were. Purpose is there of the human existence. Okay? ये भगवान है. बोले who, and therefore you have no other, because these things are not under human control. Which birth you will get, who will come to you. These are beyond human control, beyond money, beyond human contacts. It needs divine intervention. Sometimes, some politicians, they are going for fighting election. and they go to Tirupati to visit Tirupati. So newspaper headings are very good. MLA seeks divine intervention. आप उसको इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ेगा, आपको हमारी लाइफ में इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ेगा. डोंट गिव मी कर्म फल, गिव मी कृपा फल. कर्म फल हमको मत देना. उपासना इज टू गेट दैट पोर्शन. ये एक है. आई होप दिस इज द थिंग. कीप दैट 3 इन योर माइंड. ठीक है. नेचर चेंज, my building of my relation with the God, and knowing the knowledge of the self. That is you have completed your work in this human life. That is a fulfillment. One line comes in Sanskrit, for such person janani kritartha vasundhara punyavatim chatena. Why mother gave the birth, that mother is fulfilled now. And Vasundhara Punyavatim Chatena. And because of this, earth got her fortune. Because such a person, even if he doesn't talk, even if he doesn't come in the person, his presence itself will emanate peace around. Like Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi never gave any public talk. Anybody has gone to Tiruvannamalai? So if you have gone there, you see there is one hall there inside where he used to sit and maybe answer questions. Sometimes he was quiet. He had a kind of, what is it called, maslan type. He used to recline on that and do like this. चुप बैठते थे. Today if you go, today also, lot of people come. And I don't know you had gone, there is Virupaksh cave if you go inside. Not outside. If you go on the hills, the Virupaksh cave is there. Where when he came, he stayed in that cave for 18 years, 19 years. आप जाइएगा, inside is there. कोई बहुत पढ़े नहीं थे. Last 6th. Not a fluent speaker of English language also. Tamil only used to speak. Paul Brinton and all these people used to come to him. Gurudev also went to him. Tapan Maharaj also went to him. क्या था उनमें? कुछ था. जो ग्रेस उनके पास थी हमारे पास भी आ सकती. दैट नॉलेज उनके पास थी हमारे पास भी आ सकती. He never went out of Tiruvannamalai once he came. He stayed there only. And one hill is there, that small hill. Arunachal. I think it is, this circumambulation is 14 kilometers. 14. I think it takes 4 or 5 hours to circumambulate. When I went, 4 or 5 hours. People still go, and every day he was doing it. Circumambulation of that hill. I'm just taking his name. Many saints are there. Grace थी. उनका कुछ कनेक्शन था अरुणाचलम से. That मूर्ति is there. शिवलिंग is there. If anybody has had darshan of that. I don't know you went or not. If you go inside, it's very hot because that is a fire element. I went there. Inside that Bhagwan Shiva is in the fire form. उन्होंने बुलाया उनको. is why we are here. Next question. Is different. What is the nature of reality? Is the universe we perceive real, or could it be an illusion or simulations? See, we already talked about the nature of reality. We have to start from our own self, which we saw that it was illuminator, it was Chetan, it was Avikari, it was or Nirakar, it was Sarvyapi. यही नेचर है बस. There is nothing more. Different Upanishad, same thing is mentioned in various ways. Ekam sadvit prabhuda vidanti. In Taitri it is said as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. In Aitari Upanishad it is said that Atma va idam agre asit. In Keno Upanishad it is said as Atha Ken Anya Dev Tad Viditat Atho Aviditat Adhi. In Katho Upanishad that is said as Etad Vaitad. In Manduk it is said as Chaturtam Yanmanyante Saatma Saviggeya. In Brihadaranyaka it is said as Ayam Atma Brahma. In Chandogya it is said that Sadevidam Agre Asit. In Ramayana he is given the name Ram. और कुछ है नहीं, एक ही है यहाँ पे. Nature, essential nature is same. And because of that, is the universe perceived real? It cannot be real. I had taken this point. Because it is all pervasive. Nothing can come out. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. For something to be real, it has to be abhaditam. It should be non-negatable. Something to be real, it should not be changing its definition. For something to be real, it should be experienced day and night. Nothing is experienced here. For something to be real, you can repeat that experience. But you cannot repeat any experience of the world. It's a new one. People say that day you spoke, no, you speak like that today. No, you cannot speak. It's a new thing. Even sign what you do, it is a different sign. You may sign, but some difference will be there, very little some difference will be there. Therefore bank people they see the pattern more than the sign. I heard this, that they see the pattern. कुछ न कुछ ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगा. And if you have gone very old, sometimes signs will not match also. Bank person will say that if you have seen your father, grandfather signing, so they will say नहीं match नहीं कर रहा, क्योंकि हैंड शेक कर रहा है या कुछ हो रहा है. हाँ, वो नहीं एक्सेप्ट करते, बोले आप और साइन करिए, यू प्लीज साइन मोर, लेट अस सी इफ एनीथिंग इज मैच. तो मैच करता. ऐसा नहीं रहेगा. यू नो व्हाई ड्रीम इज ड्रीम? यू कैन नॉट सी इट अगेन. You cannot see your childhood experience now. Coming back from the school and climbing on the guava tree and mango tree, that experience you cannot have now. In my house 4 or 5 mango trees were there. I used to go and take a knife and climb on the tree straight away after having my lunch and take some salt and cut that. There only started eating on the top of the tree. And it was summer, अच्छी हवा चलती थी, लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं पता नहीं कुछ ऊपर चढ़े हो. वो मस्ती, वो खेलने की, वो भीगने की आदत, पहली बरसात में खूब भीग के आना, फिर थोड़ी सी घर में डांट पड़ना. You cannot repeat that. फिर स्कूल में जाना, स्पोर्ट्स डे में रहना. You cannot repeat those experiences. अब here experience you cannot repeat after day after tomorrow. It's different experience every class, every time. You can remember. So here world is world because I cannot get my childhood body again. I cannot get my young body again. I cannot, you can see a photograph when you were very slim once upon a time. And you wonder how slim I was. वैसे दुबले पतले कैसे थे? Such a nice body I had, ही कैसे हो गया ऐसा? Somebody suggested, don't go and reduce the weight. Please change the planet. Because in the moon it is 1/6. कृपया अपना वेट न कम करें, ग्रह बदलें. Because weight is not an absolute thing. Weight depends on gravitational force. हर प्लेनेट में अलग अलग वेट है हमारा. जितना ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स कम है उतना कम वेट हो जाएगा आपका. ऐसा है. Those who are astronauts are there. They are hanging like that. Hairs going here and there. कुछ वेट ही नहीं होता वहां उनका. कितनी अच्छी न्यूज है. जीरो वेट आएगा. The water they have to eat. Water is hanging like this. You must have seen. वो water ले नहीं पाते हैं. दिखा है ना? Because gravitational force is not to pull it down. Anyway, there are other serious problems there. So this is second question. Third is, what is the ultimate truth? Is the single truth that underlies? Of course, if two truths will be there, it will contradict each other. If two drishta will be there, they will limit each other. So all pervasiveness will be limited. I had seen that. Nirakar can't be two. It will become sakar. Usko pakadiyega, please get that point. And if it is not nirakar, it cannot be the illumined. It cannot be illuminator. The dosh will be there. You cannot know the sakar. First 2-3 days class, that was our main. Foundation classes were there. At least you keep that in notes or somewhere in your mind. Truth one होगा, चाहे मुस्लिम हो चाहे वो हो. वो नहीं कह सकती कि अल्लाह ऊपर है. ऊपर ऊपर कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. कोई भगवान वैकुंठ में ही है. वैकुंठ में तो यहाँ कौन होगा फिर? He will be in space then. If he is in space, then means he will be in time also, then he will die away. वो फॉर्म वाला नहीं हो सकता. फॉर्म वो लेता है. और हनुमान जी कहीं गए नहीं है, यही है, आपके पास ही है. बाय योर थिंकिंग यही है. कहाँ गएंगे? यही है. जब बुला लो वैसे निराकार से साकार हो गए. जिसने नरसिंह भगवान आए. Narasimha Bhagwan, when he said, is in the pillar also. Not that from Vaikuntha he came to pillar then came out. पिलर में पहले ही से थे. भक्त की प्रार्थना ने उनको बना दिया. सो केवल भगतन हित लागी, प्रणम परम कृपाल प्रणत अनुग्रागी. So this is the point. This is one question. Okay. I need clarity about Chidabhas reflected consciousness. Explained in sun's reflection. Is it part of Panchkosh or beyond Panchkosh? Chidabhas is the reflection of the consciousness in the mind. Which is called, in other word, Jeev. When I say reflection, that means it is made out of two elements now. Mind and the self. Now, if you remember, I had chanted one shlok. Atmana satchidanshascha buddhir vritti ritidvayam sanyodya cha janamiti pravartate. Atma, sat aspect, and the vritti's knowingness aspect, both mixed, then I have got a new definition. I am knowing. I am is from the chit and knowingness is from the vritti, and both have mixed up. Now I am, which was unchanging, now I am, because of the knowing I am changing now. Okay, this is Chidabhas. So Chidabhas is not possible unless Chit is there. It is not possible unless mind is there. It is not possible unless body is also there for Vyavaharik Chidabhas. Sakshina Purato Bhanam Linga Dehena Sanyutam Chitichhaya Samavesha Jiva Syad Vyavaharika. This is one shloka of Drigdrish Vivek. It is not that this is Chitabhas, this is Chit. Here sun example doesn't work. Where Chitabhas is there, there Chit itself is there. And Chit is appearing as Chidabhas. Like where pot space is there, there total space is there. Total space is appearing as a pot space because my attention is on the wall of the pot. So in me only there is unchanging and changing. Shift your attention from changing to unchanging. This is Chidabhas. It is not a part of Panch Kosh, but it identifies with the Sharir, and then Sharir is called Kosh. Yesterday I had differentiated the Kosh word, if you remember. Yesterday, morning class. Kosh means it wails. And I get the example like the wave has wailed the water. Husband has wailed the man. And man has wailed Panchmahabhut. If you see the husband, who is he? You will never say man, you will say my husband. Other persons will see, he will say he is just a man. Son will say that he is my father. Mother will say that he is my son. Neighbor will say that he is my neighbor, Mr. Gupta. But any onlooker will never say that he is father, mother. He will say he is just a man, I don't know. I see a man standing outside. One person is standing outside my room. Who is he? I don't know. In him wailing is less. And moment that expression goes, person becomes a body. Subtle body goes. When dead body comes, you say dead body has come in the house. You don't say person has come in the house. Body along with the Chidabhas is called person. And without the Chidabhas, person is called body. Well, body is being cremated. And if somebody comes, you will not say, body has come. You won't say, body is here. Because there is subtle body in that. And because of the subtle body, there is a reflection of the consciousness in the subtle body. This is Chidabhas. This is the one which travels, not the Chit. Because it is already pervasive. Atma doesn't travel. Yesterday only you chanted the shlok. Achedyo yam adhyo yam akledyo shoshevcha nitya sarvagata. Everywhere it is there. Where will it go? Isthano achalo yam sanatana. ठीक है, चिदाभास. So if you read Drig Drishya Vivek, you will have more idea about Chidabhas. That text is important to understand this. पढ़ा है Drig Drishya Vivek anybody? हाँ? सुना है? Again here. I have taken, but I will take again. Drig Drishya Vivek by Vidyaranya Swami. Panchdashi, हाँ. हाँ, but Drig Drishya Vivek more makes it more clearer. Huh? Long back I did. Long back. I think the course is at right. Huh? Yes. It's a very important text. Every text attacks at a certain angle. Somewhere some point is more illustrated than other point. Some uniqueness is there of those, and those texts are 1400 years back. Vidyaranya Swami was in 1200 AD. It is more than 1200 years. Imagine the glory. You say best bookseller and all these things. They will become obsolete in few years. Shankaracharya's commentary is more than 2000 years back, or 1700. Still without that you don't study in Vedanta classes. It is must. When we study Vedanta, we have to have Bhashya with you. Sometimes I carry with me to refer at times. Therefore bag is very big. About to explain to this airline people. कहीं refer करना पड़ता है. Although it is all in the net nowadays, but I am not that good, so I have to search everything and keep it so that book can be reduced. Next, but only 5 minutes are remaining. One question. Daydreaming, is it pratibhasik satta or vyavaharik satta? Interesting question. It is only pratibhasik satta. Daydreaming. मनोराज्य कर रहे हैं अपना. क्योंकि व्यवहार नहीं हो रहा उसमें. For vyavaharik you have to interact. There vidinisheth comes into picture. Do's and don'ts. हाँ तो अलग केस है. जनरली डे ड्रीमिंग का मतलब है कि पर्सन इज जस्ट थिंकिंग समथिंग इरेटिकली. ईश्वर पे तो फिर वो उपासना हो गई. वो शास्त्रीय उपासना में आता है, वो डे ड्रीमिंग में नहीं आता. डे ड्रीमिंग मीन्स जस्ट थिंकिंग आई बिकम रिच एंड आई विल फ्लाई, आई विल गो, आई विल डू. आई मीन इट इज विदाउट एनी हेड एंड टेल. मनुराज कोई कर रहा है. One person used to go and sell milk. So he thought, after selling milk, I will one day I will sell 100 liters, 200 liters. Then I will have and on the cycle he was just walking like this on this. And then I will, build one house. Then I'll get hundreds of cows. Then slowly I'll marry some very good girl. Then I'll not live in the house. I'll get a bigger palace I will have. Girl will be so good, she will not live in the house. So big house, 1,000 areas. I'll become book person. And then he did like that. I won't work. And in front, one person with a pot was coming. Uska pot gir gaya. 2 pot tha. Whole pot fell down. He said, hey, you broke my pot. He said, you broke my palace. You took away my wife. ये बीमारी है लोगों को. Sometimes person thinks in the extreme case. Sometimes he hallucinates something which is not very bad, he thinks. डर लगता है सोच के कि ऐसा कैसे हो जाएगा. हाँ, and those who have drugs etc. they have very good daydreaming. हाँ, हाँ, उड़ते हैं वो. They fly. ऐसा ऐसा सुना हमने. हाँ हाँ, जो कुछ भी हो, लेकिन उसी से दे आर इन अनदर वर्ल्ड. कुछ अलग ही हो जाता है. एनीवे, सो फ्यू मोर क्वेश्चंस आर देयर. माय टाइम इज ऑलमोस्ट ओवर. सम क्वेश्चंस अबाउट वाल्मीकि रामायण. अच्छा, is the time period mentioned between Ram and Sita ji's marriage and Vanvas announcement? Yes, Bhagwan Ram was around 15-year-old when marriage was done. And I think around 25, something like, is his Vanvas. In Valmiki Ramayana it is mentioned. Kekai asked for 14 years of Vanvas. Is there any significance of this number? It should have been any number, 5, 10, 20. I have not found a very concrete answer for that. If I find, I'll get you. But actually 14 years was actually not 14. It is forever. So that he doesn't come back. Huh? क्या करें लाइफ? ओनली 14 ईयर्स है. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. तो ये था कि राम जी नहीं आएंगे इसके बाद. कि कई लॉन्ग टर्म कंस्पेरेसी वाज दैट राम जी विल नॉट कम. 14 ईयर्स में आदत पड़ जाएगी उनकी वहाँ रहने की, और भरत विल हैव अ साउंड ग्राउंड. ही विल बिकम वेरी पावरफुल दैट ही नोबडी ही विल अलाउ आफ्टर दैट. So sufficient time is there to change the habit from royal life to the life of the Vanvasi. That was the bad intention what was underlined. After Vanvas, what was the agreement like? Ram will come back. No agreement was there. No agreement was there. He said he should just go for that. After that, nothing was said. The Ram will come back, this was not said by Kekai. Ram will come back or get the king. This was not there. Ram should go for 14. Even if he comes back, Bharat alone will be the king, if at all he comes back. Not that Bharatji will give the kingdom to Ramji. That was there. When Bharatji heard, then another picture came up, as you all know. He excelled Ramji's, shield especially, Tyag especially. Because Ramji was given the forest, but Bharatji himself took in Nandigaon and all these things. And to that extent he said, I will not rule for one day also. In Valmiki Ramayana it is written, he went up to fast up to death in Chitrakoot. He said, I will not go unless you come with me. Then Ramji explained to him that don't force me. He said, okay, I will not live one more day. I will put a funeral pyre and burn my body. So he had no little of thirst for ruling or, wielding the power. He was not a power lusty person or having an authority. Everybody wants authority, or he wants to rule, or he wants to say that what I wish should be happening. This is our weaknesses. He was above it. And in Tulsi Ramayana it comes, when he said, this is Ramji's kingdom, how can I take? So Vasishji said, you sit on the throne. When Ramji comes, you give it. Then he gave the answer. This is the first time hearing after eating the prasad you are offering to the God. That throne, how can I touch it? It belongs to Ram Bhaiya. And therefore I can never even think of sitting on that throne. बहुत बोला उन्होंने इसके बाद. That will become another matter. But Bharatji's arguments are very emotional and very heart-rending somewhere, the way he puts his points. In both Ramayana, even in Valmiki Ramayana, too much expansion is there. When he goes to Nishad Raj in Shringaverpur and he saw that Ramji had put the mated hair and there is one milk comes from the tree through which you put that, he fainted there. Bharatji. He had only one love, one goal, that Mayev Mana Adhatsva. He is a manifested form of that. So he turned everything around and he set the example for all the generations for lakhs of years. What should be my attitude towards power, towards trusteeship, which I was telling few days back in the evening class. Ramji told him, he said, you are not ruling, you are a trustee of my kingdom. And then he said, okay, give me some alamban, and then Paduka was given. And the famous, Paduka he put on the throne. And Goswamiji says, which is said in Valmiki Ramayana also, that he used to worship the Padukas to that much that Paduka used to talk. Nit pujat prabhu pavari hriday na preeti sama magi ayasu karat raj kaj bahu bhanti. So Paduka used to talk for, and from that point Paduka puja became very important all over the world. Before that was there, but he brought out the glory of Paduka puja. Sri Bharatji. Example is there, very big example. Favorite character is there. Acha. Request you to throw some light on these aspects. Yes, we have light. Last question is there. As a seeker, can you give us light on our sleep? Sleep, the bhav while sleeping, duration, and also how many hours. Upon waking up, what should one do mentally before start the day? I had touched upon this point, but I said I need one class. 1 or 2 classes. Sleep is a very important topic of seekers. But very important in 1 or 2 line I will summarize. Time is already over. Please don't sleep. Time is over. That if you can bring that rest that you get in the sleep during waking, the sleep lessens. Those who meditate, those who can meditate for 6 hours, 7 hours, their sleep will be 2 to 3 hours, 2 hours. Those who meditate for 4 hours, their sleep will be mainly 3 hours. I am not saying you meditate for so long. That is not easy and possible maybe. I am saying at least before sleep, prepare half an hour before sleep about the sleep. Start chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. Or do your jap. Or chant Ramayana. Some chanting is required because at that time mind is tamoguni. So you just want to go to bed. But if possible, if you chant, what will happen in chanting? The undigested thoughts are there. That is what makes sleep shallow. There are a lot of undigested thoughts. Understood? Undigested thoughts. You said I am going for eating and you thought I am going for lunch. And while going for lunch, somebody else came and he said, just can you come? Then you left the lunch. This is called undigested thought. Or you are angry. Another work came but the anger was hiding. That is undigested thought. Or you are worried. Any person's worry, anger, this will never have a very good sleep because the undigested thought will come as dreams and it will make the sleep. Or you think I have to get up early in the morning. Then also you will not have a very good sleep. So simple thing is, if you can do some chanting before that and don't keep uncooked thoughts in the mind. Cook it well. Don't have incomplete thoughts. When you have too many words, you have incomplete thoughts. You know, I'm troubled because of X issue. It is not getting over. Thought has not come to its conclusion. It has not gone to fizzle out. It is sitting in somewhere in my mind. It is going to come out again. So more you have such thoughts, more your sleep will be affected. Or somebody said something, I got affected. And sometimes you must have felt that you are not able to go to sleep. And you will feel, I was fine, I don't know why I am not getting sleep. I am fine. I am not disturbed. But somewhere some thought is there which you have not found. So best way is start chanting or start listening to bhajan. Something you do, some solvent is required to solve that, dissolve that. Therefore in satsang you get a good sleep. Because don't follow it. Because the thought gets digested there. Satsang is a thought digester. It digests their thoughts. You internally forgive the person. You internally give the issue to the God. While outer satsang is going on, inner dissolving also goes on. You feel much more fresher after satsang. So this is how minimum thing you can do is to make a rule of chanting Vishnu Sahasranam or Sundar Kand just before sleep. बोल के, क्योंकि मेंटली इम्प्रेशन नहीं आता है बहुत. जब you can do mentally if you don't go to sleep, but chanting of Vishnu Sahasranam or Ramayana should be orally. आप चैंट करिए बस, भले मन न लगे. Don't see some horror movies or politics, what is going on. Habit is to see the phone when you are free, and you see so many clips are there. Very bad clips also may come, some horror, some frightening thing or some awful thing. Then you sleep, so then again you are disturbing your sleep. And pray to God, may I chant your name, first should be your name. When you get up, you say Karagre Vaste Lakshmi, etc. It's not a topic is there, I am not touching. And before you put your feet on the earth, you please touch and put like this. Don't put your feet unless you touch physically with the hand like this. पृथ्वी माँ को प्रणाम करिए आप. And make the foundation of the day very good. No eating unless you have done your prayers. At least 10-minute puja you do. I am not saying you do long puja. कुछ भगवान को देख, उनको खिला के फिर हम खाएंगे. कुछ नहीं. Even if you go outside, keep some cashew nut and raisins and one dry tulsi if you are a Vishnu Bhakt. If you are in the hotel somewhere, just put it, तब हम खाना खाएंगे. Lifelong rule, anywhere you are. If you are in transit somewhere, mentally offer. Supposing you are in Dubai or in Frankfurt, you just mentally do the same thing for 5 minutes. Give the same time closing your eyes. You will feel whole day has changed. ईश्वर की शक्ति आएगी आपके पास. Other shadow will come in you. Ishwar Kripa will be there. And if long puja you can do later on if you have something, but at least something is there. This is how a Hindu started his day. In my childhood I used to see my grandmother never took sip of water till 11 o'clock sometimes, क्योंकि पूजा में टाइम लग गया. हम लोग हंसते थे, हमने कहा क्या करते. People earlier had more firm, they were more drid in their rules. Now that capacity to hold the rules is going on. सुबह उठ के अखबार पढ़ रहे हैं, सबका फोन देख रहे हैं, वही इंप्रेशन सुबह का दिन भर चलता है ज्यादा. Morning impression has a long lasting effect than later impressions. So this completes